Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn. Someone is getting really desperate. Did you watch the anti-Trump hysteria this weekend? I've never seen such desperation in my life. It's a combination of hysteria mixed with massive doses of slander. The DC establishment and the media elite that protects them are clearly frightened that Donald Trump is about to end their gravy train. Instead of reporting that Trump attracted 25,000 enthusiastic fans into a 5,000 person football stadium in Alabama, 4 times the combined attendance of competing rallies by Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and Hillary Clinton combined. The national media instead had headlines on Sunday night accusing Trump of supporting the KKK. This borders on insane. This reminds me of the last time Trump hysteria reared its ugly head. When he first announced for president, he was quickly condemned and abandoned by Univision, NBC, the PGA, NASCAR, Macy's, Camping World. I'd never seen rats desert a ship so fast in my entire life. It was an hysterical overreaction to a candidate who merely said that not everyone who comes from Mexico is a nice person. Some are criminals. You know what you call that statement? The truth, a statement of fact. By the way, even many of the nice people crossing the border are bankrupting America with welfare, food stamps, earned income tax credits, free education, and free health care. Now add in court costs, police costs, prison costs, the murder and rape of American citizens, and massive quantities of drugs coming across the border with, guess who? Mexico. It turns out even the nice ones are badly damaging our economy and our country. Trump was right. That's why the voters are sticking with Donald Trump, no matter what charges are hurled at him by the elitists in power. But back when Trump announced for president, no one believed Trump could actually win the presidency, except me. I was the first one on the bandwagon besides Donald himself. So Trump hysteria quickly died down. They just didn't take him seriously. Now that it appears all but certain Trump will be in the driver's seat for the GOP nomination after today, Super Tuesday, the hysteria is reaching fever pitch. The past weekend's news and talk shows were dominated by hysterical Trump opponents, Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, insulting, condemning, and slandering Donald Trump. I've never seen such a barrage like this in my entire life. How hysterical is the establishment GOP? They actually trotted out the king of Republican moderate losers, Mitt Romney, to slander Trump and his taxes the exact same way Harry Reid slandered Romney 4 years ago. Romney should be ashamed of himself. Romney's like an innocent child abused by his own father who years later repeats the abuse on his own kids. I'm ashamed of Mitt Romney. His attempt to slander Trump without a shred of fact is disgusting and pathetic. If only Romney had reserved some of that vicious slander and dirty tricks for Barack Obama, Romney would be running for a second term as president of the United States right now, which explains why Romney is so envious of Trump. But the charges got even more bizarre and desperate from there. Soon Donald was a con man and a con artist because of a business deal gone bad, Trump University. He was accused of ties with the mafia because he built skyscrapers in New York, and supportive of the KKK because he said he wouldn't condemn a group that endorsed him without first finding out who they are. Folks, this is insanity. Didn't Cruz, Rubio, and Jeb Bush initially charge that Donald was outrageous, offensive, and abusive? Wasn't that the reason the GOP establishment claimed we should all abandon Trump? Well, how come it's now okay for GOP establishment candidates to be outrageous, offensive, and abusive to Donald Trump? I thought Cruz and Rubio were nice guys, gentlemen. It turns out they play dirty gutter politics with the best of them. You know why? Because they're desperate. Nothing is working. Trump just beat Cruz and Rubio combined in Nevada, my home state. Trump beat Cruz among evangelicals there. Trump beat Rubio among Hispanics there. Trump beat them badly in virtually every single category. But it gets worse for them. Reuters' rolling national poll only days ago showed Trump up by 24 points nationally over Cruz and 30 points over Rubio nationwide. Another national poll shows Trump an inch away from getting the votes of a majority of Republicans, even with 5 candidates still in the race. If Trump is truly unelectable at 49% support with 5 people in the race, what would you call all his opponents at 16, 15, and 10? This is embarrassing. And just like Jeb Bush, otherwise known as Jebra, it's so obvious Cruz and Rubio have gone insane with anger, envy, and jealousy. Their handlers hit the panic button. They ordered Cruz and Rubio to go nuclear because the end is near. So Cruz and Rubio hurled obscene charges at Trump all weekend long. Suddenly, it's okay that establishment GOP candidates make up lies, exaggerate, slander, and insult if the victim is Trump. Any lie or insult is okay with the RNC if it's aimed at stopping Trump? Remember the famous saying, the flak gets thickest as you get closest to the target? Mitt Romney is desperate. Marco Rubio is desperate. Ted Cruz is desperate. The GOP establishment is desperate. The liberal biased media is desperate. Corporate CEOs are desperate. Government bureaucrats are desperate. Lobbyists and lawyers are desperate. And worst of all, Obama and his socialist cabal and Hillary Clinton are all desperate to protect Obama's legacy. You know what all that means? Number one, Donald Trump is doing something right. Number two, the entrenched political class is realizing the jig is up. Trump will end their gravy train. And number three, Trump better triple his security detail, because desperate, corrupt people will go to any length to protect their rackets and cover up their crimes against the American people. I'm Wayne Allyn for Root for America, leading the fight to save America, capitalism, and the great American middle class. Have yourself a great and prosperous day. God bless America and Donald Trump.